What is going on, guys? Carter here with Edge Mindset. We've got an unboxing for you. It's going to be something somewhat affordable. So let's just get that out of the way. If you're sick and tired of me unboxing crazy expensive knives and you're like, dude, what is the deal with that? We can't afford it. This one is affordable. It's been out for a little while. It's not anything particularly hot off the presses, but I do also have a freebie in here, I think. Ganzo. And then here is the main knife. Let's look at the Ganzo. So this came free. It was, I didn't even know they were doing a deal. White Mountain Knives. Something like if you spent over $150, you got a free knife. I thought it was supposed to be a CRJB. But this looks like a Ganzo. So let's check this guy out first before we get to the main meat and potatoes. A little baggy that it didn't actually come in. I haven't owned a Ganzo in like a million years. Okay, here it is. It's got a Axis style lock right there. Looks okay. Looks pretty fine. Looks like a general EDC knife, 440C. We're rocking the good stuff. You know, 440C isn't bad as long as you're paying the appropriate price. 440C, believe it or not, used to be a super steel back in the day. 440C used to be the latest and greatest. I mean, you could say that about a lot of things, but not necessarily. You know, there's plenty of steels that have been created that are fairly new to being used, that are definitely on the low end. 440C at one time was the latest and greatest, so kind of cool. Yeah, just a cool little knife. Maybe I'll do a giveaway on it. A lot of the times I like to give these away to personal family and friends. You know, people that kind of need a knife that's better than what they're going to find at Walmart. And that's a little bit cooler than what they're going to find at Walmart, and I will give these away to them as just little gifts, little friendship gifts. Let's get to the real one. This is coming in from Shieldon Knives. This is the Scythe XL. It's supposed to be the Scythe XL. The sticker here just says Scythe, but it has all of the things that indicate it should be the XL. I'm not familiar with this knife company. I looked at some of their other offerings. They don't look that great, but this particular one is more of an OEM type deal. The designer, I believe, is DC Blades. Oh, I could be wrong on that. Okay, yep, it does seem to be the right one. Comes in a nice like Cordura sheath right here. That's pretty cool. And then this guy has a pocket clip. This is hella light. This is way light. Believe it or not, this is an XL. It doesn't look like it. There is a slightly smaller version. The interesting thing is that the slightly smaller version is just that, slightly smaller. It's only a little bit smaller. This is not an XL by like a big measure. It is slightly, this thing is wicked. I mean, I picked this up. I had no idea this existed. I came across some videos on YouTube, I think. And I was like, that looks slick. I really like these contoured titanium handles. You've got a plug for reversible pocket clip. Got a beg ball in there. Just really, really cool with this Pikal style blade sticking out. Here is the, it's BC Blades. There's the logo. It's a cool, like heavy metal type thing. They've got a couple cool knife designs. So with a knife like this, I mean, technically Shieldon Knives is the one that made it, but, you know, I think of it more as a BC Knives knife, right? Because that's who designed it. This is way different than anything else Shieldon has, or at least that I've seen that they have. S35 VN steel, DLC coated, titanium handle, like I mentioned, heavily lightened on the weight there. Let's get a weight on this thing. I'm surprised. I'm guessing it's like 2.8 ounces. 3.4. Wow, I was way off. But still, for a knife this size, titanium, all metal, I think that is a excellent weight. Just a cool looking piece. This is one of those knives where I'm like, I don't know. I swore I wasn't going to buy any knives at this price point. Lockup is rock solid. There's no wiggle. There's no movement, nothing. Lock bar insert. I said I wouldn't buy anything at this price point. Not for being snobby. It's just these are the knives that get me in trouble. I believe this retails like $160. White Mountain Knives has a code, WMK. That'll give you like 10% off. So I think I got it for like $140 shipped, brand new from them. Which to me, excellent deal. I know that's still a lot of money for some people. But when you consider what you're getting, the titanium S35VN, a knife this size with this kind of wicked design. Look at that full gear backspacer that sits proud. Very, very cool. But these are the price point that gets me in trouble, because I'll just buy these thinking like, it's only 150 bucks. And I'll buy like a handful of them and they kind of roll in. And before I know it, when you add them all up, I spent a hefty price tag, and I'm like, I could have gotten something a little more substantial for that money. And then something that would be a lot easier to resell if I needed to, instead of having a bunch of knives that when I get bored with them, I'm only selling them for like 75 or 80 bucks or something and have to ship them and all that stuff. Anyways, a little bit of a tangent. Very cool. I like it. No surprises here. It's exactly like I hoped it would be based on what I had seen, and I'm not disappointed. Action is good. Detents really dialed in quite well. Really easy. I will say one thing I enjoy is how this lock bar sits proud, and it's also contoured right there. Really easy to disengage. You're not trying to stick your thumb in like some little crevice trying to unlock this knife. I imagine this is only going to break in and get even smoother. DLC coating, which somebody did test this by trying to scratch it. It does seem to be real DLC over the top of like a bead blast or something. Looks really good with this gray. They got a few different colors. I think they got an all blacked out. They've also got the original Scythe. No, I think they've got less expensive versions of all of them. So this is the premium version. They've got an XL with that's less expensive with just G10 scales, lower steel, as well as the original even smaller size. Although to me, this is about as small as I would want to go. But they also have a smaller size you can get as well in both the premium and the normal version. Man, this thing is just wicked. I would imagine you would use it kind of like the Pikal, right? Isn't that what it is? Where it's this reverse like tiger type grip. Or I guess you could do it this way as well and do more push cut type stuff. I don't know. I really like the look of fighting knives and knives that are inspired by fighting knives, but I don't actually practice or know that much about it. So if anyone can kind of tell me the closest type of knife that this resembles, let me know, because this blade kind of sits further back, you know, so it reminds me of like the Elvia. But because the handle is shaped the way it is, you can really hold it forward or reverse to use this thing. So very, very cool. This looks very well designed. That's what I will say. It looks very well designed. You've got the pocket clip is milled inside here, so it's not going to move with a single screw. That's a great move. Excellent, excellent design from BC Blades. I want to look into them a little bit more, see what else they offer on their custom side. And I know they have another overseas OEM'd knife as well that's available. But all right, comment down below. What do you think of this XL? Should it even be called XL with the size it is? And of course, hit up White Mountain Knives. They're absolutely great. They got that discount code. They got all kinds of stuff. Check them out. All right, guys. Talk to you later.